Hi everyone, welcome back. It is Tuesday afternoon, almost noon. I don't really know why I'm telling you this, but my plan for today is to declutter and organize or reorganize actually my wardrobe. So it's been a good while since I last did it and it's a bit of a mess. And I also do have some things in there that I think I could definitely declutter. It's been a weird year when it comes to my wardrobe, and I haven't given you any like wardrobe updates in a while, so you're gonna get that today as well. Let me show you what we are working with today. So I got this box, which I think is going to help me just create a bit more order because, well, it's a little bit disorganized. I'll show you. This is my closet. Let me get this out of the way. So this is what it currently looks like. This is everything that I own. It is all my seasons. It is pajamas, activewear, underwear, bags. I don't know about you, but for me, this is pretty disorganized. I usually like to keep this part free, and I have this here now because I couldn't find a good place for it. And then, you know, I have some stuff here, and I have some more stuff over there that I want to show you. There's some stuff down there. Yeah, this just doesn't make me feel very nice opening up my closet, so we are going to tackle that today. I'm actually really not vibing that well today, so I want to be a little honest and put that out there. I had a bit of a rough weekend, and yesterday was fine, but today I'm really feeling it. I feel like a zombie. And I actually went back to bed for a couple hours this morning, and I had coffee and I had matcha, and it's like nothing really works. I don't have a headache or something. I'm just really tired and kind of just feeling very low and empty. So funny story, or well, I hope it can be a story that will be funny in the future. But last weekend we had a major leak in the bathroom. So we thought that our washing machine had broken. Turns out later that that wasn't the issue. So when you go into the bathroom now, you will see a couple things. First of all, my laundry is piling. This whole thing is completely full of laundry. We have some laundry there that I still need to do, so I'm really backed up. But we also have this new washing machine that we got. So I did a lot of laundry and there was water everywhere. But the strange thing was the water wasn't on any of the pipes, it wasn't on the wall or anything like that. So I figured the washing machine broke because it's almost 12 years old, and yeah, we decided to get a new washing machine. But as it turns out, it wasn't the washing machine. There actually was a huge blocking in the pipes. So we got the new washing machine, we had it installed. I was actually kind of happy about it. Obviously, I didn't want to replace my washing machine. But yeah, it was old, like I said. And when we took everything apart and cleaned it and stuff, we saw that there was a lot of like built up gunk, and the parts were really like old and kind of cracked and stuff. So I figured, you know, it's good timing to get a new washing machine. We turned it on and everything seemed fine until it started dumping water, and it just squirted out of the pipes, and there was water everywhere filled with like gross sewage, smelly stuff, and we were really I was just kind of panicking. We called an emergency plumber, and luckily he was able to come here on Saturday evening, and he worked on it for like an hour before he finally found that there was a block in the pipes like 8 meters deep. So really it's not actually our apartment that the block was in, but anyway, he fixed it and we got the washing machine up and running again last night. But I was so scared that it was going to dump water again everywhere that I actually just took a chair and I took a book and I just sat for 2.5 hours next to the washing machine, and my boyfriend brought me a cup of tea a couple times because I just didn't want to leave it. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't leaking anywhere, because you also have to be careful to not cause a leak for the downstairs neighbors and stuff. So we were very stressed. And we also, yeah, spent Sunday cleaning everything because there was like dirty sewage water everywhere, and obviously the plumber guy was wearing shoes and he just walked it all over the apartment to do his job. So we just spent Sunday kind of cleaning and resting from the whole thing. And it was funny because sometimes you have one of those times in your life where everything kind of seems to fall apart, because we also had a lamp, like a built-in lamp, that suddenly stopped working, and the oven also started making a really weird sound. So we need to have someone look at the oven now. But yeah, there was just a bit of stress. But I am looking forward to today because I want to get something done about this. And I think I actually also am going to try out a bunch of things, because there are a bunch of things in here that I haven't worn for a while, and I want to see if they still fit, and I want to see if I still like them and stuff. So decluttering, organizing, wardrobe tour coming up. Alright, so first thing is I actually just want to get everything out. I'm going to leave these drawers for now because I went through them recently, and these are actually fine. So I'm going to get the rest of it all out and onto the bed, and I'm going to start with over there. Alright, so first up I have these pillows. They were our bed pillows for quite a few years, and I replaced them, when was this? Maybe half a year ago, something like that. I kept them around because I wasn't sure if the new pillows would work, because it's like a different kind of pillow. But that was kind of silly, because these pillows are really bad. They gave us so much neck pain and back pain and stuff, just no support whatsoever. So I don't really know why I kept them around for so long. Sometimes when you change something, it feels better if you keep the old one around for a little while, just it feels safer somehow. But I am ready to let go of these, because not only are these pillows awful, they are so old, and I'm very happy with the new pillows. So I don't need to keep them in my closet anymore, which means that I have that area free, which is great, because what I was thinking, I got this and it fits perfectly in that space, and I thought I can use this for storing clothes that are out of season. This is a complete first for me. I've never done that. I've always just kept all my clothing in my closet, no matter the season, but I actually think it would be really nice to keep my summer clothes that I just really don't wear right now in here, so that everything is just a little bit more empty, because it's too much for me. The box that I removed from there is this one, and this is my sentimental stuff box. I'm going to get that out of there because it's not actually clothing, and I want to make it so that I only have clothing in my closet. This is going to our office. I'll show you in a bit, but this is everything that I'm keeping for sentimental reasons. Like, for example, this is a card that a friend of mine sent me when we bought this place. She was really happy for us, and she said, "Yes, you did it. You bought a house. Whoop whoop. Congratulations on your gem." I also have this. We bought it at the Studio Ghibli Museum. But I also have like my old report cards back from like elementary school. Look, I drew a clown. But I also have a little box with my rock collection from back when I was a kid. I kept my favorite rocks in the box. Rocks in the box. But I am happy to get this out of my closet. It's gonna move to the office, I'll show you. Because we are getting a new piece of furniture for our office in a few days. So I debated whether or not to put a piece of furniture right here for a good while, but in the end I decided to do it. It's coming on Thursday. I'll put a picture up on the screen now. very happy with the beautiful piece of furniture that I picked out for this spot, because it is looking a little empty, which I actually don't mind, but there are a few things that I really don't like having out, like our weights. I really don't like having them out like this. It's annoying with vacuuming and stuff, so those are going to go in there. This one is a little cushion that I use for my feet when I'm working at my desk, so if I'm not standing, which is when I'll use this, if I'm sitting I will use that, but it's ugly so I like to have it out of sight if possible. And then this box, and my boyfriend has the exact same box filled with his stuff, can go in there as well, and a few like trinkets and stuff, like some things I have over here, can all fit in there nicely. So I'll keep you updated, but for now that's where that's going. Let me pull this out of the way. Those are going to get decluttered. And I also have one more thing that I already know I want to get rid of. It's right here, hidden away. So I've used these house slippers for a good 2 years, which you can kind of see also. Funny story, I spilled a huge jar, or a bottle of olive oil, and it was everywhere in the kitchen. Everything was covered, and it wasn't just on the floor, like the wall, the ceiling even. And I was wearing these and it got like a lot of olive oil on there, and it's just, I cannot get them really clean. They're also looking a little tired, so I haven't really worn them since that happened. The kitchen we were able to get clean, luckily. There are only a few spots on the walls where you can kind of see, but only when you like really look for it. So it's time to say goodbye to these as well. And now it's just a matter of getting everything out and getting it onto the bed. So this is everything. Don't mind that stuff, that's my boyfriend's. Yeah, this is everything. Also sleepwear. The only thing that's not here is activewear, like what I wear when I work out, because I have it in those drawers over there, but everything else is here. The only thing I don't want to put on my bed is my new winter coat. This is from Matt and Nat, not sponsored. I bought this on sale with my own money. I really like it. It's a vegan coat, and it's really nice and warm. The reason I have it here is that our entryway is tiny and there was just not space for this one. Let me show you. This is our entryway. As you can see, there's just not a lot of space. There's just this one coat hanger. This is my boyfriend's coat. I have some summer coats here that I want to get rid of in that box. So I'm gonna get these ones. Actually, let me just do that now. I already know that these ones are gonna go in here for a while. And maybe I can hang my winter coat here. So maybe that would actually be a good start, because I can already see a couple things that I already know for sure I'm not going to be wearing this winter season. So just get these out of here into the box. This is all pajamas that I only wear in the summertime, but these are too cold for now. So actually, do I want them in with my jackets? That kind of grosses me out. Okay, new plan. It kind of grosses me out, the idea that these will be in the same box as my clothes and sleepwear and stuff, because I've worn these outside, even though like they're not dirty per se. But I do have that one other place, the one on top there, free, because I don't really know what to put in there. So maybe that can just be a place to store coats. This is from the brand Not Perfect Linen. I love these. They have been gifted, so always important to mention. This one is a little top. I also have a oversized shirt, dress that I have worn like in late summer, and it's amazing. And also kind of like a loose-fitting trousers. These are all great. I'm really happy with them, and I know I'm gonna be wearing these a ton. So I don't think I'm gonna be wearing these for a little while until it gets a little bit warmer. So I'm gonna put these in here for now. And then let's see, these ones I can definitely do wear. This is a shirt. I have a few summer dresses that I know I won't wear for the coming months. This is one of those things that has survived many decluttering rounds, but I just don't know what to do with this. Sometimes I feel like red is a good color on me and sometimes not. The silly part is that this is from a sustainable brand. I'm not going to name the brand, but I thought I did a good thing. But after washing it once, it already lost its shape because it's not supposed to be this short. The stitching is also coming apart. I'm sure that this is fixable, but since I already don't like it that much and I also don't really like the shape on me, I think this is the time to finally declutter this. I also have 3 summer dresses. This one is my favorite. I've had this for, I don't know, like 5 years. I wear it every summer. This is from H&M, so not something that I would buy now, but I bought it years ago and surprisingly, this is really good quality. So I think I'm going to get a lot of use from this in the coming years as well. This one as well, I love wearing this with black tights and boots in the summertime, and I've worn this on the channel a bunch of times too. I really think that I'm going to get a lot of joy from this still for the years to come as well, so those are going in the summer box. This one I'm not sure about. Don't you think it kind of washes me out? This is also one of those things I only wear on camera. I never really wear this dress out because it's just a little bit too short. I don't really feel comfortable in this. I'm constantly worried if there's going to be like a wind and it's gonna blow it up and I'm gonna be standing there in my underwear. Since this is still in good condition, I think I'm going to donate this one, unfortunately. Sometimes like I really try to shop intentionally and be like really mindful, like am I going to get a lot of use out of this? But this was just not a good fit for me, unfortunately. That happens sometimes. This one I definitely do want to keep. It is a band shirt from the Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. We got this, actually my boyfriend gave this to me when we went to the Smashing Pumpkins concert this year, but it is too cold for now, so I'm gonna put it in the box with the others. I also have 2 basic white t-shirts that I both really like. This really simple basic white shirt and this one that has the little heart detail. I wear these all the time in the summertime. And I also have another white tee, my Love All Beings t-shirt. I got this at a vegan food festival. Let's see, this was in 2019, so this is already 5 years ago. I still wear this a lot. I hate my hair is having a weird day. I also have this shirt that I wear in my videos a ton of times. This is old, and I'm not kidding. Like, this is old. This is like, I don't know, maybe 10 years, something like that. What do I do with this one? I don't like it anymore. Is that wrong to say? I don't like it anymore. I don't wear it. I only wear it in a video sometimes. I don't know, sometimes when you're watching other people declutter, you're sitting there looking at them like, yeah, duh, that's a definite yes or a definite no. But then when you're doing it yourself, you get hung up on small little things. Like, I have a lot of memories attached to this one, even if I don't like it anymore. It's like, what do I do with it? I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet, I think. I never wear this anymore. That's reason enough. I'm going to declutter this. So 3 items so far. I actually think that there are a lot of things that I can already immediately put back because I wear them all the time and I still really love them. I do already know of a few that I still need to try on because I don't know if they still fit. Oh, actually, I have a pair of shorts, which I do still really like, but that will go in the summer bin. I have my pajamas. By the way, normally I would also recommend giving all of these a little clean, but this closet is brand new and I checked and everything was still really clean. And like I said before, I'm really tired today, so if I don't have to clean something, I'm not going to. So normally I would give these a clean if they need it, but they don't, so that's a good thing. These are all my jeans, plus the one that I'm wearing right now. The one that I'm wearing right now is like a mom fit, I think, and it has holes at the knees. I have another one of those that I still like. So in total, I have 5 pairs of jeans, and jeans are what I usually wear, unless it's summer and I'm wearing a dress. So I have these like really light colored ones that are high-waisted and kind of oversized, which I really like. And then I have this one, which is already quite old, but still in good condition. So I'm just gonna keep wearing this until it falls apart. This is like a standard skinny jeans that I kind of moved away from skinny jeans, but I still have 2. This one, and then I have my black skinny jeans. So this way I have light, normal denim color and black and different kinds of fits. So I feel like 5 pairs of jeans gives me good variety. I don't really feel like I need any more. Well, technically I have 6 because I also have the shorts that I put away earlier. But for someone who wears jeans basically almost always, I feel like 5 is a really good amount, and it's not too much, not too little. And since I have worn all of these recently, I know for sure that they all still fit and that I still like them, so these are going back as well. Alright, on to sweaters. This is one that I'm not really sure about, but I think that I want to keep this. Let me just put it on real quick. So this one I've had also for a long time, probably like 10 or more years. I used to wear this when I was still working in an office. I love the little ribs. I love the color. I love the feel. And again, this is super high quality because I've had this so long. I've worn this so many times. I've washed it so many times. And it basically still looks new. The only thing is, I'm not sure about the fit because it's long and really oversized. So let me show you. What do you think? The silly thing is we don't have a full-length mirror in this apartment, so I can't really see what it looks like because if I stand like here, I can't see in the viewfinder because it's too small. So it's really hard for me to know, like, is this a yes, is this a no? I do still wear it, not very often, but I do still wear it. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to be a maybe for now. I don't really want to decide about this because it's still so good and I do enjoy wearing it. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about this one? And then another one that I'm not sure about is this one. I've had this for a really long time as well. I actually kind of do need to take out these earrings because getting changed a bunch of times with these earrings in is really annoying. I didn't really think that through. So this is another one I'm not sure about because it's really old and it looks old. Like you can tell that this is really like creased and stuff. I don't know if you can see. I don't like wearing something, you know, outside if it doesn't look like in good condition, you know, if it's all pilling and creased and stuff. Maybe I can keep this for doing chores and stuff, like if we still want to paint something, or, you know, like a type of sweater that you don't really mind getting dirty. Maybe I can keep it for that purpose. I'm not really the type of minimalist that throws things away instantly if I don't like them anymore. I usually try to see if there's something else that I can use them for before I declutter them, because it just doesn't really make sense to declutter a lot of stuff very easily and then having to purchase new stuff if you already have something else. But, you know, there is a limit, of course. This one I still love. I do think this looks better when it's tucked in a little bit, but it is my Studio Ghibli sweater. I love wearing this. It makes me feel so cozy and I love Studio Ghibli, so this is a slam dunk for me. This is another new addition to my wardrobe. I got this a couple months ago. I don't think that this looks good with a necklace because it has this neckline, but I think it's very nice. It's so comfortable, it's soft, I love the little detail here, and maybe this would be better to tuck it in completely. Then I have a bunch more sweaters. This one, oh, I threw them on the floor. This one is from Organic Basics. I've had this for years as well, back when I worked with them for a little while. But this one I actually bought with my own money. They didn't send this to me for free. I love and wear this all the time. It is so warm. And I think this is one of the best quality pieces of clothing. Like, you have to hand it to them. They know what they're doing when it comes to making clothing that lasts. I also have this sweater, which I love. I got this in a sustainable clothing shop. The downside of this one is that it is a size large, and this is too big for me now. Actually, let me put this on so you can see. Honestly, even though this is too big, I think that I still want to keep it because it is so comfy and so cozy, and I love these kinds of sweaters. It makes me feel so safe and nice, and like I want to sit somewhere in a cafe with a book and a cup of tea. So, and if I pull this in, or maybe I'm thinking this looks oversized intentionally and not like it's too big. The size is too big for me, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Honestly, I don't care. I don't really care about this one, if it looks like perfect or not, if the fit is perfect. It is so cozy and it makes me feel so happy when I put this on. I also still have this turtleneck. If you are a true Simple Happy Zen watcher, you've been around since the beginning, you might recognize this. I think I wore this in my first ever video, or like one of the first, which was 7 years ago, and I already had it for a couple of years at that point. Same with this one. I actually don't think that the color is perfect for me. Kind of washes me out maybe a little, but if I kind of like dress this up with some jewelry and, you know, make it look kind of nice and put something on my lips and stuff, I feel this sweater also looks great, so I'm going to keep this one too. And then I have 3 more knits. I told you I have a lot of like sweaters, jumpers, knit wear. The pink one that everyone loves, and I always get so many compliments from you guys when I wear this on camera. I also have the light blue sweater, which I really like. It has these kind of sleeves that go outward a little bit. This reminds me of like the 90s and the early 2000s, which I really like. And then this one, I actually asked you last time with my wardrobe tour what you all thought. And most people said, keep it, it's your color. So actually, I kind of fell in love with this again recently. I've been wearing this a ton. It's also already very old, like most of my clothing is. But if you take care of your clothing, and especially with me, I line dry all my clothing, they can last you a really long time. So that's usually what I try to do. I've really been trying to shop my own wardrobe again recently, because there are many things in here that I still really like, and I've never had this much clothing in, like, I guess since I started minimalism like over a decade ago. This is actually quite a lot for me. So in terms of shopping goals, I really want to try and not buy any more sweaters or knits this year, because yeah, I have enough. Okay, we're gonna go through these more quickly. This is a cardigan that is easily 15 years old, and it kind of shows maybe it's time to say goodbye to this, but I don't really want to, because as you can see, it's like, it's old. The label is all like yellow. I can't get this to get white again, and it's pills. It has so many pills and stuff. So yeah, I just love the sleeves, you know? I love this little button detail on the sleeves, but this is not in good condition anymore. I just don't feel like I can wear this and feel put together, unfortunately. I think this is going to be decluttered. I don't like to, but I think it's the good decision. I also have a simple black t-shirt I got this year, and I love this one. I wear it all the time. My boyfriend spotted this in the store. He said, that's perfect for you. It's a perfect color, and I think he was right. I love this. It's one of the few blouses that I have, but yeah, I wear it a lot. Then these are actually giving me some anxiety. I have two pairs of pants that are not jeans, and yes, you saw it, this one still has the tag on. Because I always say keep the tag on so you can return it if you regret it, and I just didn't, and now I regret it. I'm going to try these on to see if they still fit. Oh, actually, I didn't think that this one would fit, but it actually fits quite well. Maybe I need to take you somewhere else because it's hard to see because it's blue, but the wall is also blue. This is better, I think. What do you think? I wanted to wear this with white sneakers. Let me just go get the sneakers so I can show you the full outfit. These are from Vera. Vera, I'm not sure. What do you think? Again, if I had a full-length mirror, I really feel like we need to get one. I could judge the outfit better. Maybe it would even be better if I tuck this in. I think it would. But honestly, I thought I wouldn't be able to fit into this because I bought this 2 years ago, and with the material that this is, it's just there's no stretch. And so I thought I would need to squeeze in there, but apparently it still fits. I also think that this would look really well with my other white blouse. So let me just put that on too. I think this would actually look better. Maybe tuck it in at the front and have it be a little poofy. Yeah, I kind of like it for, you know, as well as I can see it on the little viewfinder. This is one of those things I'm just gonna ask my boyfriend for his opinion too. Because he has a good eye for women's clothing and shoes and stuff. And it's funny because I ask him for fashion advice sometimes. But I like that these pants have the ankles, you know? I have one more pair of pants like this, but these ones are black and a little bit more oversized and a little bit more high up. So I'm gonna give those a try as well. I think these also still kind of fit. Actually, like I was gonna say, if you have some things that you try on for, you know, like after not having worn them for a while and you find that they don't fit you anymore, please don't feel bad. It's so normal for your body to kind of change. And this used to give me such anxiety, like putting on things and seeing if they still fit, and then if they didn't, I would feel kind of bad. But I've moved past that by now. I've really come to love and accept my body just the way that it is, and just take care of it, and that's all what it really matters. I made a whole video about it on Patreon this week as well, and it was really nice to share our thoughts about, like, you know, feeling good about your body in a world that, you know, is very focused on your body, your appearance, your weight, and on all of that stuff. But really all that matters is how you feel. And I just want to say that even though I'm like, oh yeah, these still fit me, like that's not really like what the video is about, if you get what I mean. But anyway, this one is black. And as you can see, it's a little bit higher up. I don't know about this one. Is this how it's supposed to fit? I'm not sure. I just think this is relatively new. I got this year in the summertime because I wanted something that wasn't jeans and that was looser fitting for the warmer weather. Very shortly afterwards, I got sent these linen clothing from Not Perfect Linen, and I've been living in those. So that's why I haven't been wearing this pair yet. I also don't really know what to combine this with. I don't think it looks good black and white like this. I don't know. What I think I'm just gonna do is give this a fair chance next spring and summer. Spring probably more so. If I do end up wearing it, then great. If I still have the tag on by then I have to donate it. I need a little break, so I have a cup of tea. And I made gnocchi last night with tomato sauce, and I have a huge pot of leftovers, and oh, this smells So nice. If I could only share with you how this smells, it's really nice. I love gnocchi and tomato sauce. I added some beans in there for protein and stuff. So I'm going to have a little bit to eat and a nice cup of tea, and then I'll get back at it. All right, I'm back. That was delicious. And as I thought while I was eating it, kind of brave for me to eat something with tomato sauce in a white blouse. Luckily, it went well. So I only have a few more things. This is a very simple long sleeve tee, also from Organic Basics. I usually just wear this as kind of like thermal underwear. So I'm keeping that. Then I have this one, kind of hard to see. It's a black blouse also, but it's like, it has like this pattern here at the top. I don't wear this that often, but I do wear it still, and it has this cute little detail at the bottom, which I really like. This one is also, I feel like a broken record, but this is years old, but still in good condition, and it still fits. I wore this last week, so I'm keeping that, even though like black is not really my favorite color anymore. And then lastly, I have two tank tops and a spaghetti top. So this is a spaghetti top, also black, just simple. It's nice to have one. This is also from Organic Basics. This is not sponsored or anything. I happen to still have a lot of their stuff from back when I was working with them a couple years ago. And I have two tank tops. They are exactly the same, but different color. I think they both fit me very well. Getting lip stuff on there. And that was my entire wardrobe. I do have one more thing to show you. As someone who has always talked about only having one backpack, I am feeling a little weird to admit. I bought a new purse. Ugh. This is it, my new black purse. It's also from Matt and Nat, not sponsored, but I bought this in the same sale that I bought my winter coat. So I do really like it. For the last couple of years, I've always basically worn this one. And lately I've just been feeling like I don't always want to wear a backpack. So it's kind of sometimes pulling on your shoulders a little, and also in terms of style, sometimes I just wanted something a little bit more dressy to go with my dressy gray winter coat. Actually, let me show you that coat, because I don't think I showed it. Last time I made a wardrobe update tour video, I asked you all for like a sustainable brand with like where you can get like a nice wool coat, but vegan. And some of you mentioned Noise, so that's where I got this one. Unfortunately, Noise doesn't ship to Europe anymore. So I got lucky with this one back then, but I've worn it for the last, I think this is the third winter that I use it. My boyfriend jokes, he calls this my wizard robes or my wizard coat, because it's kind of big, but I do like it. And it's nice and warm. The only thing is you can't wear this if it rains, and I live in the Netherlands, so that's a lot of the times. So that's why I got the other one, because it has like a hood and, you know, better for the rain. But if I'm wearing this, I just don't want to wear a backpack, you know? I want to look a little bit, sometimes a little bit dressier. So let me show you with the purse, you know? I think that's great. And if it's cold, I usually combine it with my scarf. And it's funny because I've had one scarf for the last, like, I don't know, 8 years of my life, and it's still the only scarf that I have and that I wear. But I still love it. Let me show you. It's this one. And I just wear it like this. So yeah, I really like this look, and I just think that with the black purse, it looks better than, you know, the backpack was fine. As much as I love this bag, I am now someone who has multiple bags. And I've always been on the channel like, I have one bag, it's perfect, life makes life so much simpler. And I do still agree with that sentiment, because now that I have this one, sometimes I need to like put stuff from the other bag in this bag, like my public transportation card and stuff, and it's a little bit annoying. So I think it's worth it still because I like to have a little bit more options now. And also this one's not pink, all the other ones are pink. I still love pink, by the way, but I like that I now have this, but I do still agree with the fact that having one bag is easiest. Two last things that were in my closet. I have this hat that I wear in the summertime if I don't want to get heat stroke. Also pink. You know, I love pink, so I'm gonna keep this. And I have this raincoat. If you live in the Netherlands, you need a good raincoat that is completely like leak proof and wind proof and stuff. I think actually I'm gonna keep this next to the summer jackets, like right there. And yeah, this is the chaos. And I found 4 things that I want to declutter. Looking at these now, I think I made the right choice because these are all looking really just, except for this one, this is relatively new, but these are very tired and old looking, so it's good to let these ones go. This one I will donate, I think. And then the pillows and the slippers will also get decluttered. And this is the box with all of the stuff that is out of season. I guess now is the time to put everything back and kind of see if I can store it in a pleasing way, kind of like organizing. So I have some folding to do and then I'll get everything back. I do really have a lot of hangers left right now, and I don't want to get rid of them because once the summer starts, the thing is, like, most of my winter stuff you can't really hang up with hangers because it creates these like bulges with knitwear and sweaters and stuff. Why am I standing like this? Anyway, but most of my summer stuff you can hang up, so I am keeping the hangers, although it's a little annoying to have that many left over. Actually, I'm really happy with the results. It's not perfect by any means. I don't have a fancy like walk-in closet or anything, but I think this, let me outline them all. I think this looks a lot neater and a lot nicer than before. I kind of like when things are sorted by size when you stack them, and I usually stack them all against one side. I think that looks a little bit neater than keeping them all in the center. Totally not important, but you know, that's what I think. Yeah, really happy. It looks much better. Yeah, I think we're done. If you enjoyed this video style, then you will definitely also love my videos on Patreon, because there are also more vlogs and stuff on there, just a little bit more casual like this, so feel free to check them out. And let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I would love to know. It's been such a long time since I did a declutter video, a wardrobe tour video. This was kind of all in one, so I hope you enjoyed it and let me know what you think. Next week I will be taking a week off. My boyfriend is also off with his job, so we have a week off together. We're gonna do some nice things, probably have lunch a couple times together. We're also celebrating our anniversary, our 22nd anniversary. So I'm really excited about that. So next week, no video. After that, video. So, and if you never want to miss a video from me, like an upload, you can always also subscribe to my free newsletter, simplehappyzen.com/newsletter. I don't know, I feel like weird ending the vlog. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but yeah, I guess I can always add it later. So thank you so much for being here. As always, questions, comments, conversations down below. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye. Now that I did some decluttering, I'm kind of in the mood to go through the entire house and look through all the drawers and everything. I think there might be some things in there that I'm ready to let go, but who knows? Well, I got the decluttering bug.